you struggle with your foundation and it always looks cakey, patchy, oily, flaky, or just a hot mess, this video is for you. Because today we're talking about the top foundation mistakes you may be making if your foundation comes out patchy, flaky, cakey, cracky, you know, all the things you don't want it to look like. What's up guys, it's your girl Breonna Queen. I am a certified stylist, image consultant, retired makeup artist, and beauty expert, over 15 years of experience. And listen, I love foundation. Foundation just really gets the skin when it needs to give, but sometimes it doesn't. So let's talk about the first mistake you may be making, which is not prepping your skin before your foundation. Yes, what you do before you apply your foundation is just as important as applying your foundation, because if the foundation is not sound, then anything you put on top of it will crumble. How you prep your skin can really make or break your foundation look. It is an absolutely crucial step. And when you skip the foundation prep, this can lead to uneven application, your foundation looking flaky, your foundation not lasting that long. Things first, you want to apply foundation to preferably freshly washed skin. You never ever want to apply foundation to dirty skin. All it's going to do is just make your skin break out and make your foundation less effective. So you always want to apply foundation preferably to freshly washed and freshly moisturized skin. Obviously, you want to ensure you are exfoliating your skin on a regular basis, that maybe once a week, twice a week. You do want to exfoliate your skin, because exfoliating your skin is going to really remove those dead skin cells. It's going to make your skin look brighter, less flaky, so that you can have a great foundation application. If you apply foundation to flaky skin, your foundation is just going to be flaky as well. So you want to make sure that you are prepping your skin. You are exfoliating your skin on a regular basis, and you are applying your foundation to freshly washed and moisturized skin. The next most important thing is make sure you are using a primer. Yes, a primer is necessary. It doesn't matter if you have dry skin, oily skin, combination skin. A foundation primer is designed to increase the longevity of your foundation, to help with the texture, and to make the foundation smoother. So here's the thing, most primers are a silicone base. What that means is when you apply your foundation on top of your skin without a primer, if you have oily skin, what's going to happen is the natural oils from your skin are going to seep out, mixing with that foundation, and that's when you have that foundation that looks oily. So applying a primer and then applying your foundation is going to create a barrier. The silicone primer on top of the foundation is going to create a barrier, so that when your natural oils on your skin seep out, it's going to hit that primer. It's not going to mix in with your foundation. On the opposite, if you have dry skin, a primer is going to help as well. Now you do to make sure that you're using a moisturizing primer. You want to always apply a primer that is suitable for you. So some primers are best for those with dry skin. Some primers are best for those with combination skin. Some primers are best for those with texture skin or large pores. So you want to make sure you're using a primer that is designed for your skin type. But if you have a dry skin, when you apply a moisturizing primer, what it's going to do is, one, provide moisture into your skin. So make sure that you are applying a primer before applying your foundation. Another mistake you're making is not using the right foundation finish. Now there are all types of foundation finishes, but the most popular three are matte, dewy, and satin. Matte reduces oil and best for oily skin. Dewy creates a luminous look and is going to be best for dry skin. And then you have satin, which honestly can be great for either or. It's great for normal skin, but can also be used for dry skin, combination skin, oily skin. So your skin type is going to determine the best one for you. If you have naturally oily skin and then you apply a dewy foundation, all you're going to do is make your foundation look super oily, because all those oils are going to blend in with your foundation, which is going to start making your foundation separate. On the flip side, if you're using a matte foundation and you have dry skin, it's just going to be dry on dry. It's going to look super dry. So it's going to make your foundation look flaky, dry. Also, it may cause your foundation to separate because it has no moisture to pull from. The appropriate foundation finish is going to help your foundation look. So you want to make sure you are using the right foundation finish. And most foundations will say on it if it's dewy, if it's matte, if it's satin. So for example, one of my favorite foundations is the YSL All Hours. This says right here, matte foundation. I have combination skin. I have very oily skin around my T-zone, so this is going to work for me. Now, if I had super dry skin, a matte foundation probably wouldn't be best for me. So knowing your skin type and using the right foundation for that. This is a huge one, and that is not using the right foundation tools. Applying your foundation incorrectly will absolutely cause your foundation not to look that great. When it comes to applying your foundation, I am a strong advocate for applying it with either a sponge or a brush. These are going to give you the best foundation looks. A flat top brush a foundation brush. These are designed for applying foundations. But foundations tend to be thinner than something like a concealer. So using a brush that's not designed to apply foundation is going to make your foundation look streaky. It's going to make it look uneven. It's going to make it not have that luminous skin look that you want. Another one is sponge. I am a foundation sponge kind of girl. I love using a beauty blender. Sponges are going to help create that natural look and are great for blending. Just want to make sure that you dampen your sponge before applying your foundation first. When you wet your sponge and then apply your foundation, it's going to give more of a seamless look and make blending 10 times easier. And then you can also use your fingers. Now, if it's a thicker foundation, I do not recommend using your fingers. But if it's something like a non-thick BB cream or tinted moisturizer, your fingers do work for that. And I do have a video sharing the most popular ways to apply foundation and how to do so. Another mistake is applying way too much foundation. So one thing I highly do not recommend, especially as a makeup artist for several years, never take your foundation and apply it directly to your skin like this, especially having the nozzle touch your skin. For one, that is germy. You are literally taking the dirt from your skin, the oils, and you're putting it on your nozzle. This can actually increase your breakouts as well as reduce the longevity of your foundation. So you never want to apply like this and have the nozzle touching your skin. It's not sanitary. Next thing is when you apply it directly like this, you can apply too much foundation. Because then you have all this foundation on your skin and you have to try to figure out what to do with it. So I'm a strong believer in applying a little bit at a time, applying a little bit in a layer, and then applying more where you need it. Building coverage gradually is going to make your foundation look more natural and prevent your foundation from looking cakey. One thing I see happens a lot of times is people who apply foundation like this, they apply way too much. So now they're blending and they still have all this foundation. So then they're having to constantly blend more and more and more and more and more and more because they have too much foundation. They're wasting product. They're gonna make their foundation look very cakey, very heavy. I'm a personal fan of taking the foundation, applying it to your hand, then taking your brush and blending out, or your sponge. The warmth from your hand is going to allow the foundation to be easier to blend. So taking that brush and then applying your foundation, it's going to make it easier to blend. It's going to make it seamless, and you're ensuring you're not applying too much foundation, which thus can make your foundation look too cakey. And another mistake I see is not blending your foundation out. When you are applying your foundation, you want to make sure that you are blending out into your hairline as well as into your neck. The easiest way to do this is start from the center of your face. Apply your foundation here, here, and then work your way out. If you look at your face, you want to make sure that you apply the most foundation to the center of your face and then blending out into your hairline. If you apply foundation right here on your forehead, you're going to have all this foundation placed, and you're going to have to try to figure out how to blend it out into your hairline. Whereas if you apply foundation right here, the center, and you apply it out, by the time you get to your chin or your hairline, it's less foundation. It's easier to blend out. So you want to make sure that when you are applying foundation, you're applying from the center of your face and blending outward, and making sure to blend out into your chin, into your jawline, into your neck, and into your hairline, so you don't have that differential line. And then another mistake I see, and this is especially important for women of color. So a lot of times our skin's not the same shade. Our face, our neck, and our chest are all different colors. For example, my face is actually lighter than my neck, which is darker than my chin. So what do you match? Do you match your face with your foundation, your neck, or your chest? I believe in matching your chest. Here's the thing. If you match your face to your foundation and your face is different color than your chin, neck, than your chest, your foundation is just not going to look like the right shade. Your face is still going to be a different shade than your chest. However, if you match your chest, your face and your chest are going to look like the same color, so it's going to look a lot more of a match. So I'm a firm believer, when it comes to matching foundation, you want to match to your chest, not your neck or your face, especially if your face is a different color than your chest and your neck. Additionally, your chest tends to match your natural skin tone because it tends to be the same color as the rest of your body. When it comes to finding the perfect match for your skin, one thing you want to know is your undertones. There's 3 undertones. There's warm, there's cool, and there's neutral. If you don't know if you're warm or neutral, I think this works for most people. Do you look better with a cream colored top and gold jewelry, or do you look better with a white color top and silver jewelry? If you look better with silver jewelry and a white shirt, you're more than likely cool toned. If you look better with a cream colored top and gold jewelry, you're more likely warm toned. And if you kind of look the same, you're more likely neutral. So I am warm. I can get away with neutral. Because I live in Florida, my skin tone changes a lot. I tend to be a lot more darker in the summertime. Obviously, it's like 100 degrees here, and I tend to be a little lighter in the winter. So by doing the t-shirt jewelry color test, that's one way to determine it. Knowing if you're cool, warm, or neutral is gonna really work for you, because a lot of foundations, they go about that. They go about either W, warm, or C, cool, or N, neutral. Going back to my favorite foundation I used today, DW4, the W means warm. So this is more of a warm foundation tone. And then last but not least, if you apply your foundation and you feel like your foundation still looks a little dry, a little too matte for you, something you can do is make sure you apply a setting spray. A setting spray is going to help lock in your makeup, and it can also help add a little bit more moisture into your skin. A dewy setting spray is really going to help you to make your skin look more refreshed. So if your foundation looks a mess, these are probably some of the reasons. Now, let me share with you some of the best ways to apply your foundation, and I will link that in this video right here for you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.